Hello, and welcome back to Kim Reads as we continue with Great Expectations. Chapter 14 Fire. As the coach jolted me toward Miss Havisham's house, I went over and over again the story that Wemmick had confided in me. Molly had some gypsy blood in her, and when she imagined that her husband was being lured away by another woman, she had strangled the woman. Then, as revenge on her husband, Wemmick said she was supposed to have also killed their child. I know this was not so, for Estella had to be that child. I could not be mistaken in recognizing the origins of those eyes I had loved so long. Molly had to be Estella's mother, and had probably been glad to have let Miss Jagger save her child from a life of poverty. When I arrived at Miss Havisham, she seemed to be older and weaker. She listened quietly to my explanation of the secret help I'd given her and my present inability to complete the contract. Then I told her the sum I need is £900. Miss Havisham was not shocked. Instead, she looked into the fire and said in a dreamy, faraway voice, "His father, Matthew Pocket, could give me some advice. I did not take it and have been unhappy ever since." Then she roused herself and added sharply, "If I give you money, will you promise to keep it a secret from the Pockets?" I gave her my promise, and she wrote a short notice to Mr. Jaggers, instructing him to pay out the money from her account. I took the note and thanked her. Then, as I turned to go, she called to tell me in a trembling voice, "You see how alone I am now. How has she deserted me?" I answered quietly, "It could never have ended in any other manner, and though I have been avoiding the newspapers because I did not know what the wedding was to occur, I asked, is she married?" As Miss Havisham nodded yes, my face twisted in pain and heartbreak. Then she gasped and her cane fell from her hand. She spoke quietly, "I see your face, Pip, a face exactly like mine many, many years ago at 20 minutes to 9. I covered my face with my hands until I regained my composure. Miss Havisham was moaning and weeping. When I looked at her again, she was rocking from side to side, crying, "What have I done? What have I done?" I wanted to answer that she had ruined my life, but that would only be partially true. I myself had made many, many mistakes and had many foolish hopes and dreams, many foolish, great expectations. "Forgive me, Pip, forgive me," she pleaded, folding out her hands. I went to look at her and took the aged, trembling hands to mine. "I forgive you," I said. She pressed my hands and would not let go. "I did not mean anything wicked in the beginning," she said. "I just wanted to keep Estelle from ever suffering as I had suffered." But she had grown into a beauty, and I praised her and gave her jewels and kept warning her against love. Soon there was only ice in her heart. I detached my hands from hers and drew a stool beside her. "Whose child is Estella's?" I asked quietly. She shook her head. "I don't know. At some point in my wasted life, I decided I wanted a little girl to love and keep safe from my fate. I told Mr. Jaggers, and he said he would look about for an orphan. One night he arrived with a little girl about 2 or 3. I adopted her and called her Estella. We talked no more. I stayed with her until she fell a light doze near the fireplace. Then I went downstairs and I wandered about the house for a bit, and I felt it was the last time I could see it. Suddenly a terrible scream reached my ears. I raced upstairs and found Miss Havisham's room on fire. She came tottering toward me, flaming ablaze from her wedding dress and veil. I tore off my coat and wrapped her in to smother the flames. She struggled against me, but I held her down, trying at the same time to beat out the flames and licking at her hair. All the while she kept screaming, "Tell her I forgive her! Tell her I forgive her!" Servants burst in and fought the fire. The doctor was sent for, and Miss Havisham was found to be alive but unconscious. After treating my badly burned hand, the doctor said there was nothing more I could do there, so I returned to London the next day. That's the end of that chapter. See you later.